Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Monetize Your Mission Mastermind for April 16th, 2026. And today we are talking about all of the wonderful new features over on Substack as of this recording. They're always adding new stuff over there. And so, in order to stay up to date on the latest things happening on Substack and how to set your Substack up in a way that is both monetizable and sustainable right from the very beginning, I invite you to join us over in our school community, which is uh, school.com/UYOU dash order, no, world, WORLD dash order, ORDER. And we'll put that link in the show notes below. In the meantime, let us get rolling here with, I'm going to share the screen. And as always, if you guys have questions, thoughts, comments, you are welcome to jump in and ask. You don't have to raise your hand. Just feel free to interrupt me, whatever you want to do. This is a mastermind. We're all here together. And I do it this way because I really like hearing what you have to add to the conversation. Okay, so we're going to dive right in to the latest features on Substack. Woo! Here's the thing, most coaches aren't struggling with content, they're struggling with consistency and systems, and these features solve a lot of those problems for us because they just make things so much easier. The first one we're going to talk about is one we've been talking about for a little while now, and that's the note scheduling feature. And I did put a video together that I shared in the community on how to do this thing, this schedule future notes. The big thing about that is that you want to be able to find these notes once you create a note. So I'm just going to show you, I'll schedule a note here. This is a note about showing people how to schedule notes. And then we're going to schedule it by pushing this little calendar link here. And we'll schedule it for, so we're going to schedule it for tomorrow. And then I can come back in here and put this Monetize Your Mission Mastermind link in here later. And so I'm going to schedule it. And then, as I like to say in the other video, oh no, where did that draft go? Sorry, sometimes I crack myself up. You come over and like you're going to create another note and you go over to drafts, and that's where your note will pop back up and you just click on it. And then you can edit it and then reschedule it. Make sense? Okay, so I'm going to cancel that for now. And we're going to hop back over here as soon as I move the Zoom thing to our message. Do you guys have any questions about scheduling notes? You can only schedule the 5 of them, and it's really important that when you do schedule them, you pop back in periodically and answer any comments that are on there. And it's always a good idea where you're over there to as you're going through, it doesn't take any time to hit that like button. You don't even have to decide which emoji you want, unlike some other spaces. You just hit the heart as you're going through. And if you feel inspired, leave a comment. And if it's really moving or you have something more to add to that conversation, restack it and put your thoughts up there. And then it allows that note that somebody, it could even be a random person you don't even know, has put out to get their message out to a much broader audience. Okay, so the next feature I honestly have just figured out how to use, and I don't know where it's been all my life. I love this new feature. It's called the templates feature. And the way the templates feature works is, um, let's come over here, and I'm just going to edit something I've already got. Here, we'll edit this one because this has a lot of the new things in it. And we'll hit edit. Edit. Okay, so up here at the top, you can see there's this little thing on the menu called template. And if you haven't created any templates, all you're going to see is new template. So you're going to want to create a new template. And then you want to name your template, whatever you want to name it. This is a CTA. And then you come down here and you can add an image. Um, I think I'm going to add this. Here, add this. Be sure to catch the latest Monetize Your Mission Mastermind. Okay, so now this is a template and I click save. And then anytime I want to put that in a post, you just figure out where you want it. You go to the template and you click that piece and voila, it shows up right there for you. Is that exciting or what? I'm going to hit Control Z, Control Z. Okay, so this is especially great for signatures. This is an image that I have. And before templates, I had to go to the image to the picture thing up here. And then I would have to go through all my files. And believe me, at this point in my life, I have a bazillion files. And so I would have to go find the signature and then paste it in there. Now, this is just a simple couple clicks over here with the template, and it's right there. It is so amazing and just such a time saver. So do you guys have any questions about the templates feature? Okay. For the longest time, I actually thought that it was just a template for the whole post. So I kind of avoided it, thinking that I do a lot of copy and pasting with my posts overall. But the fact that it's just snippets, it's like, oh, this is different. So you, I strongly encourage you to take advantage of that. All right. The next feature is an old feature, which is the chats feature. And I'm not sure if you guys know what chats are or not, but you can find them if you go to the Substack homepage and you click on chat. And then um, you can create your own chats and you can start a new thread. And if you start a new thread, do you see down here where it says send as email? It's one of the four spaces that you can use. You can send emails from Substack. So you can write a note in here. You can add a picture, you can add a video, and it will also not just show up here, but sometimes your chats will show up as notes as well as you can send them as emails. You don't have to send them as emails. And I don't know what the parameters are for them showing up as notes. I do know that they do show up from time to time as notes in your feed. Any questions about chats?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a question. Um, so if you're gonna do a note with a video, would that be like a much shorter thing? And if you're gonna do a post, it would be a more long form video?
I would say yes, that's a good rule of thumb. And I'm big about create a video post so that Substack will create shorts for you and then use those shorts. You can share them as notes because they make it really easy to do that with the share feature rather than trying to post it as I don't even know that you can put a whole long video in there. I think there might be a time limit on it,
Mhm.
but yeah, let it post it as a long video and then it can go to YouTube and it can get the shorts made and those can go out to LinkedIn and YouTube and you just have a lot more options if you'll do it that way rather than just posting it as a video. All right, next up are drop caps. Okay, full transparency here. I had to look up what drop caps were. Drop caps are these big letters at the beginning of the paragraph, and they can make your posts feel a lot more dynamic um, when when readers come to look at them. Um, Let me come over here. I did change this, I think, to have drop caps on it. So the Zoom thing's in the way again. Hold on. Come on. Oh, just go back. I'm not in the right place. Discard changes. Um, to website. All right. I thought that I had changed this, but perhaps I didn't. Yes, I did. See how that big R shows up there? I thought that was kind of cool. So, and it only shows up on the first paragraph, but that's okay. It's really easy to get this to show up on your Substack. The way you do it is you go over to the website editor, and then you come over here to posts. And then there's a little toggle switch over here for posts that you toggle on and you click save. Easy peasy, right? Rosalind, are you shaking your head no, or are you trying to find it? You're on mute, hon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just let me just go back to the other page. Yeah, website editor. I don't think I've ever used that before.
Um, if you
Is
go through the Substack Quick Start Guide, it'll guide you to how to get here. But basically, you're just going to go to the settings on your dashboard and you
mm-hmm.
click on website editor, or you can get there by clicking settings. So we'll just click settings really fast, and then we'll click website, and it'll jump you down to this part of the settings. And so you can edit the theme. And this is the home page. And you can edit the header. You can edit the hero section. We're going to talk about the subscribe block here in just a second, but the subscribe block is this block here. And you can make it different colors now. You couldn't do that before. And you can even add an image. I've seen people add an image and then it makes this part smaller and more to the right. Uh, and if you don't have the subscribe banners on there, then you get a sidebar on the right side where you can put other links. But I choose to have this subscribe banner between my sections because I have a lot of sections and it just makes it, I think it makes it show up better. You can also change the background for the footer on here. Normally it's just white, but you can change it to whatever lovely color you want, and you can put your news. Um, I forget what this is called, but this is actually an image. If you just do it one line and you do it the exact dimensions that they tell you for your headline image, then news, it's a news something. I keep losing it. Anyway, if you will make it, if you go to Canva and you make it the exact size you're supposed to make it, and you make all your letters fill out the space in that template or in the canvas that you have, then you save it as a PNG and you save it as a transparent file, then just the letters will show up. So if you have a really dark background and you want this to show up on that really dark background, you might experiment with different colors for your lettering. so that it's very clear. You do have to be careful about that when you're creating backgrounds for your newsletter in general. Sometimes people will put really dark backgrounds, but they're also using black text, and it makes it hard for people to read, especially um, on cell phones and smaller devices. Okay. Can you find it now,
Thank
Rosalind?
Yeah, I can't actually go onto my Substack at the moment, but I realise there's a whole lot that I haven't even found yet because I'm fairly new to it.
Mhm.
And I know there's a home page, but I hadn't seen this list before, which I'm looking at now, and that's how you find your website editor. So thank you for that. I will go on there and see if I can find it when I come off here. But thank you for that because that would
You're
be
so
really
welcome.
good.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that this is an option back here.
Yeah.
There's a lot with Substack. So, Kelly, did you have a question, or are you just hanging out with us?
Um, Hold on a minute. I was trying to look at, can you hear me? I don't know
Uh-huh.
if my mic's on.
Yeah, your mic's on.
Oh, I should turn it off because I'm sitting outside and it's noisy.
You're good.
Um, I was trying to look at mine and see, because I missed the beginning part. So, um, I don't think I really have a question. I was, I just need to figure out what you were talking. I mean, you were talking about a bunch of settings, but that's all I
Okay,
really was
so
noticing.
the main setting I was talking about is this drop cap, which is you find under posts, under settings, and then website editor, and then posts. You get this option to do drop caps for display. And I don't know why mine is not sticking there, but we're gonna try again. Um, and then you just click saved, and then it will make this fancy little drop cap letter for you on your posts. And then we were talking about the banners on, oh, that's not the right one. Hold on. Over here, these banners, which you can also find in the same space.
Yeah. I think that's pretty cool because it actually makes it look like a newspaper, which is what it's supposed to be, so as when I clicked on here, I saw that that's where you were at, and I'm like, oh, that looks like the old newspaper.
Yeah, well, that's kind of my philosophy with Substack, is that your publication is sort of like a newspaper, and that you have like the header, like the newspaper headline, and then you have bylines, and you have different sections that they all should sort of match up under one big umbrella, but you can have different buckets and you can explore different things. And, as multi-passionate entrepreneurs, we we like to talk about more than just that one thing all the time, though all of our content should have one thread and one call to action that we want our subscribers to, our readers, to take the next step with us. So, all right, that said, the next big thing that Substack has come out with are call out blocks, which look like this, and you can find them over on your, I'm going to edit this one again. When you're creating your post, you're like, oh, this is a great thing. I want to make this a call out. And so you highlight it, and then you come over here to this little quotes thing, and we're going to click that. And this is the call out block. So it will make that content stand out. And then you can highlight that, and you can make that bold and italicized, and maybe you want to make it centered. Center these being able to center stuff is also a new feature. So see how that kind of stands out here rather than blending into the background. Your other options, and these are the older options, are to just do unclick that and then come back up here. You can do a block quote, which will just make the line there. And then undo that and let's see what pull quote does. I think pull quote will make it so that you've got these lines in between them, and it if somebody shares this or restacks it, it pulls it back to this article. Okay, so Control C, Control C, Control C, Control C, Control C, Control C. All right. Make sense to everybody? Do we have questions on that?
Mm.
All right. Then we talked about the custom subscribe banner. So you can get it to match your brand colors, and you can make the subscribe area stand out. It's really good for visibility and branding and turning your passive readers into subscribers. There's a couple things about that, and one of them is you can just have the subscribe banner with a subscribe button, or you can put the benefits for your free subscribers in a section for your free subscribers, benefits for your paid subscribers in that section, and benefits for your founding subscribers in a section, and then benefits for sharing for if somebody is a founding member, they can share a subscription with other people. So what this does is it moves people along the buying path as far as subscriptions to Substack. And you do already need to have your Substack monetized, and you need to know what the things are that you're offering people. And then you need to have made sure that you updated your emails, your welcome emails, to deliver on the promises that you're making for the benefits of the various spaces. So if somebody comes to your publication and they're already a free subscriber, that banner will post about becoming a paid subscriber, the benefits of upgrading to paid. If they're a paid subscriber, it'll talk about the benefits of upgrading to founding. And if they're a founding member, it'll talk about the benefits of sharing this message with others. Does that make sense? Okay. And then you can go live or record from the desktop. This is so exciting. It used to be that you could only go live on your phone. And it was honestly kind of difficult because when you're on your phone, it's hard to read. And then you're going back and forth with the other person that's going to be on your phone or on the live with you, and you're having to use your phone to communicate with them or try to, have your laptop in one spot and your phone in the other. It was a kind of difficult. And so now you can just go live on the platform. And it's pretty simple to do that. Let's cancel that. And we're going to go over here and click the plus button, and you just click, you can either go live or you can go to the recording studio. So for going live, you just click live, and then you set up your live just like you would for any other time, and you can schedule it for later, and you can let everybody know when you're going to when you go live, it'll send out an email and invite your audience. And if you have everyone here, it goes out to everyone on the platform. It's not like just your subscribers or followers. So it's a great way to build your subscriber base. And you're also able to interact with the audience live. I encourage you when you go live to stay live for at least 30 to minutes to an hour. And you're also going to want to save this when you're done, save it as a draft so that you can go back into the post when it gets done rendering. It'll render as a video post on your publication, and you can go in and you can add a cover, you can add some images, you can create some long form content, you can go and take the transcript off of the recording, drop it into your favorite AI and ask it to create an article around this live. And then you can post that in there. And then you can use your templates to like stick in the little other extra pieces. And then when you publish it, and you can publish it later, you don't have to publish it right away. So you can build up a little bit of an archive and start a podcast with this, and you will post it in that podcast name section. And so the live will then become a podcast episode and go out to Spotify and Apple. And this is all just part of the platform as it exists right now. All right, so we're not going to go live. We just want to go back over here, and we want to go to the recording studio. So I've got to go home, and we want to go to the recording studio. In the recording studio, the difference between the two is when you go live, you are live. When you go to the recording studio, if you want to record stuff for later, you can do it in the recording studio. You can invite 2 other guests to join you. Excuse me. And you can share your screen. So I could do this. Can't really do this on a live so much as I could, but you guys wouldn't be here like talking with me on the screen. It would just be me talking, and then you would have to join on Substack and just watch along. But it is an option. And again, this can become a video post for you. And you can do all the same things where you can share it to YouTube and it'll make shorts for you and it'll do all the stuff for you. And it's a way to not have to pay for Zoom if you're trying to do interviews for podcasts or if you're creating a podcast. This is an excellent way to do that as well. Do you have questions about this?
Yeah.
Oh, I do, but
You go ahead first, yeah. I need
well,
to
I
think
was
about.
trying to record something the other day and I could not get it to work right. So I don't know what I was doing wrong.
Um,
Because I was trying to
in
share I was just recording
Mhm.
and gonna save it for later, hoping I could send it somewhere else, but I never got that far because it wasn't working.
Okay, so I don't, what wasn't working?
I
The
tried
this
to do it. Um, I was on my computer, which I'm right now on my tablet, so I can't do it now.
Mhm.
But I had it, right there where you are, and then I pushed share screen, and then I pushed start recording,
Uh-huh.
and and maybe it was my signal or something because it just kept freezing on me. It wouldn't record. So I just quit because I couldn't get my slides to go
hmm
on my screen, and
Sometimes
it
it's
was really
better
laggy.
if you restart your computer before you do stuff like this, because stuff like this is really resource intensive,
Yeah, yeah.
and close all
The
your
other thing
tabs
I thought
down.
about, which is probably would have been good if because I was using Wi-Fi, so I probably should have been like hardwired, and that would have saved me a little bit too.
Yeah, hardwiring is best or right next to the Wi-Fi
Yeah,
so that the signals are really strong. Um, those are probably more likely the issues that you were running into.
yeah. So I was trying to figure out how it worked, but did get it to
You've,
work and I saved it. Then I know you said you could like upload it to YouTube or something like that, but can I actually save it just to my computer to like send to somebody else if I wanted to?
yeah, you can download it.
Okay.
It
That was my
becomes a
question because I
post.
was trying to save um purchasing some other software or using another software like
Mhm.
Loom or something, right?
Yeah,
So I didn't, and that's why I was trying to do it, but I couldn't get it to work right.
yeah.
It's probably user error.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's those two issues, one, bandwidth, and two, resources. So I
Yeah.
think if you try again and just, make sure you're close to the Wi-Fi and also that you don't have a million tabs open. She says as she's
Yeah.
got a million tabs open on her computer.
I know I do too, but I try to shut them when I'm doing that kind of stuff because I know that makes a big difference.
Yeah,
So
and only have one browser open instead of, 14. I don't know about
yeah,
you guys, but I
I
have to
see
have
you have
lots of
all
tabs
your
and lots of
tabs open.
browsers. Yeah. Okay, so Rosalind, do you have a question about
Yeah.
this?
Now I've been on school and I've been live there, and when I'm on school, I've got a community, so I know who's likely to turn up, and we have a sort of situation like we're in now.
Mhm.
However, on Substack, I've got 34 subscribers in quite a few a short period of time, and
Mhm.
I'm doing crochet, so I would expect that most of my subscribers would be female. That isn't to say that we don't have male crocheters, because we do, but I am finding that majority of my subscribers are male. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking, well, why are they there? How do I find out if they're there? And if I was to go live, are they all going to, are they going to turn up for other reasons? And I did put something about creeps. I put restacked somebody's post who was on about creeps on Substack, and so I reposted that, and somebody came on. This guy came on and said, "Oh, I think you're beautiful." I'm thinking, "Oh no, this is a creep,"
That's what
So
the
I
block
wonder.
button's for. And just block them and ban them.
But how do I know which ones are genuine? Because I have had help from people, and I'm assuming that the guys are there because they know a lot about Substack and they're there to genuinely help you be able to sort of grow your community or grow your and they seem to look like what I'm doing, because obviously I'm not just doing crochet, I'm doing something about my life in general and what I
Mhm.
do. So I can't really tell who's interested in what I'm posting, whether they're just in there to read what is they like about what I post, as in an article or whatever. So I really don't know how to go about that. Now, when you said, oh, go live, I'm
This
thinking, oh,
is,
yeah, I don't mind doing that, but who's going to turn up and how do I know? It's not
well,
like school where you can tell.
you can sort of tell with those people too. And the way you do it is you go and if they email you or DM you, which a lot of them do, um, let's see if I can find. I don't get a lot of them anymore because I just like I don't know if actually. Yeah, they go away. But here we'll just pull Andrew up here. You click on the message and then you go view their profile and
Oh,
then these
yeah, I'm
little
doing that
and
all the time.
if they don't have anything here and they're just resharing other people's stuff and it's kind of weird, if you go over here to the three dots, you can just block them. And if they're obviously spammers, then I report them. But usually I just block them and that's enough. And then you can leave them as subscribers or not, but you're not going to hear from them anymore. And you don't really have to interact with them. And if you go live, you will have a certain percentage of weirdos show up because, weirdos are everywhere. Um, and they have their own agenda, and I don't pretend to know what that agenda is or understand that agenda really. But just be be quick with the block button be quick with the ban button. Don't feel guilty about it. Just those are not your people, and you can unsubscribe them.
Yeah.
If they're just like a whole bunch of people and if they're commenting weirdly on your content, you do want to get rid of them. You don't want them
Yeah,
in
I
your
think a lot
space.
of I think a lot of the people, a lot of the guys who are on there seem to be people who may be genuinely trying to help. They may be into business and they want to find either articles or this, but it's just that you can't tell unless I go on, like you say, have a look at what their profile is and just check on them to see. And that's how most of them appear. But I would imagine that there's quite a few of them are on my list of 34, when you think the majority of them are men, I found quite startling. I thought mostly there would be women who would be showing up to learn about the crochet that I do. So yeah, I just thought that seems to be quite a high percentage of my subscribers. So I did think I wanted to mention it, especially when you said go live. And I thought, yeah, I can go live. I've been live on school, I've been live on YouTube. So I
Mhm.
can go on Facebook as well. So I can go live. I can stick there for half an hour, see people join me. Is that how it works? People will come on
Uh-huh.
and join you. And
Yeah, and they
so, yeah,
can comment even. They
yeah.
can talk,
But
have conversations with you.
so I just thought, oh, maybe, I just thought maybe I ought to be aware that these people might come on looking for friendship and relationships and things like that, which I can understand. There may be guys out there that they're genuine guys. They're not there as weirdos, but they're there because they think, oh, I like the look of that lady. I think I'll see if I can make a friendship with her. And I know I've had years ago, I had people, who were just friends. So I know that can happen. It's just
Mhm.
they're not necessarily all weirdos, but I'm there for my crochet art and for doing my cord crochet and stuff. So yeah, I just share the
If
other stuff.
if you just stay with that and you keep repeating that in your lives, the message will get across, and you're not going to be entertaining these people. And if you have people that genuinely want to help you or want to have a relationship with you, it Substack's maybe not the space for that because
No, but
uh,
I'm married. I mean, I'm married with a steady relationship. I'm not interested at all in any of that, and that's why I'm sort of quite surprised that so many men are on there. I mean,
yeah.
it's a huge percentage of my 34 subscribers that are male. So that's why I thought I will ask about it and see what your opinion is
And
anyway.
I do know a lot of guys that crochet.
I know, well, there was that too.
It's like it was kind of eye-opening for me
A
when I
limit. It's not showing up on their profile, unfortunately.
yeah, it probably wouldn't, but it's not that they also don't crochet in their off time, or maybe they have other interests around yarn art. You just never know. So until they pop their head up and make a nuisance of themselves, I just let them be. And
Yeah, thanks. I think I agree. I'll try that.
Jill, I have another question for you.
uh
Um, so when I go live, and I have it set up so it's gonna go to my TikTok, and I know I have to, like, as soon as it uploads to my TikTok, I have to run over to, or not TikTok, I'm sorry, YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah. And so I have to go over there and like fix it and format it and all of that.
Mhm.
And also, I believe it goes to Instagram if you want it. Is that right?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Okay. And so for everything else that I would want to use that for, do I then just go download like all of the shorts and the images and all of that, and then I can manually upload if I want into school, Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
And we will actually be talking about that in the cohort, about systematizing it so that it's not like, oh my God, I got all this stuff. What am I going to do with it?
Yeah,
We'll come up with a plan.
I need to get my order down on where I post things because like if you post if I post to TikTok or Instagram, I get the right hashtags and I can
Mhm.
copy and paste that then and it's super easy to like dump it into Facebook and Blue Sky. Although Blue Sky is harder because it's got limited characters in
Mhm.
posts. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out the right cadence for in the right order
Mhm.
for how I post. So okay, great.
We we will get there. It's an important piece.
Yep.
Okay, let's go back to our little document here. And thus concludes all of the little new features that we have that I've discovered so far. Has anybody else found anything else over there that they want to share about? Well, then the reason that we want to use all these features is because they save us time. They help us with scheduling so we can stay consistent. They increase visibility overall. And those drop caps and call outs are kind of cool because they make your writing interesting and make things visually appealing. When we create posts over on Substack, it's important that our posts are not just one wall of text because even though people say that it's all um about reading and books and literary space. The truth is, everybody's busy. We skim everything, and we need to know if it's worth investing our time to spend time to slow down and actually read stuff. And so you're going to get more eyeballs over more of your content if you will break it up and use headers and use the two-sentence rule, maybe three per paragraph. I'm sorry to all the English teachers out there who are rolling over in their grave over this comment, but I know that I have been writing for a really long time and I understand about paragraphs and setting stuff up and chapters. Well, the internet's totally different from that. It doesn't count anymore. We're all about keywords and we're all about um my husband's desperately calling for the dog that's in the room with me. He doesn't realize I'm recording. So if you hear somebody calling for Pudge, that's what this is all about. Pudge could care less. He just wants to stay in here. Okay, so cap locks and then using the block spaces for like quotes and using more than one image and adding the longer images back in for Pinterest images. All of those things help break up your content and make it more readable and more shareable. And we really want our stuff to be shareable more than anything else, because that's how you bring new people in. Yeah, Tracy.
So when I'm creating the posts for Pinterest,
Mhm.
my ultimate goal is to get people to my school community. But would it be smarter to link back to my Substack with the Pinterest because that's what it relates to, and then the Substack can get them to my school? Is that the right way to do it?
Yes, yes. You always want to put the link to the content around your pin attached to the pin because I don't know about you, but I've spent a lot of time on Pinterest and it really drives me crazy when I find a pin and I'm really interested in whatever that pin is promising me and I go there and it's not. You're just like, you promised me it was going to be this, but I'm not seeing it. There's no connection there. And I think Pinterest has a pretty big problem with that, honestly. Um, Often, unless your pins are just the content in and of itself, or the pins that you're looking at are the content that you want to consume altogether, but that's not really what Pinterest was designed for. It was designed as a bookmarking site originally. And so they want content from other spaces to show up there. And even if you're not on Pinterest yourself, if you will create pins for your articles, and it's as simple as taking the share images that Substack creates for you and putting them back in your post and then linking that image to the post link, then other people can share it on their Pinterest accounts or bookmark it on their account, and you'll get traffic back to your Substack that you didn't have to do anything for. Make sense? Okay. The big goal is being visible, produces conversations in terms of school or conversations in chats over on Substack, conversations in note threads. And those will turn into clients because the more conversations you have, the more you're connected with people, the more clients you're going to find and subscribers and all the members for your community. So which feature are you guys trying? Let's go around the room. Tracy, you're up.
I'm definitely first up going to try going live and then figuring out with everything that I get out of it, like how to distribute like everything to all of my different spots. Like that's going to be my first go-to, and I'm going to do it about liminality.
I love it. I really like your liminality talk that you gave earlier today. Give a plug for that. In fact, I'll even link to your community so people can go and find that because that was really good. It gave me a whole new like outlook on some things
Oh,
that I
good.
was going through. How about you, Mita? What are you gonna do?
You mean with Substack?
Uh-huh. Which of these new features are you going to give a test run on?
Well, I'm not because I'm not on Substack right now, but I wanted to see a little bit about it and learn and see what's up in here.
Well, you're also in our community and there's a quick start guide in there, so it can get you started and at least set up a profile over there and get
Yeah,
started on the note side.
yeah, I think I'm in there on a free thing, but I just don't have my business on this. I'm going to wait a little bit because I'm setting up school, but I still wanted to come and just see what was going on in here. So
Yeah, well, we're glad that you did. And we're around when you get ready. We'll hold your hand.
thank you.
Hey, Rosalind, how about you?
Well, I just started using the scheduling, and I've scheduled for the week, and then I scheduled another week, and that is amazing because I can just sit there for a while, and I've even been sort of restacking some of the things that I'd written, and yeah, I've just found that really useful, that particular thing. But at the moment, I s- I've got a YouTube channel. I've done all sorts of things over the years, but I have got a YouTube channel, and I've got from a long time ago Pinterest. So I'm trying to connect Pinterest now. I'm thinking that might be even more powerful with Substack than school is with Substack. I don't know whether you think that would be right, especially for me because it's very visual, is what I do. So I'm wondering if that's the best place to try and source my traffic and not particularly from school. I'm finding school there's a lot of crochet sites on school, and a lot of people just want to learn how to do traditional crochet, and I don't do that. So I find it a little bit difficult to get people to engage. They did at first, but it's sort of falling off now. So I'm trying to ask. I've just put a poll on today asking what they want from my community. So whether I'll stick with that or whether I'll try and focus more on Pinterest and try. I do like Substack. I think of all three, Substack is just looking really good. I think it's because in the past, you've got something new, you want to share it with the world, and you're thinking, I need to be on some sort of magazine and try and get into a magazine, where Substack is like having your own magazine. It's totally like that. You can write your own articles and try and find people to read them. So that's where I'm at with it at the moment. I don't know how. I've got a good YouTube channel. It's got 80 odd 80 odd videos on there, which I'm linking to my school and trying to get people to watch those as well. So I need to put more videos on my YouTube channel, and maybe I think that might be another source of traffic as well.
You can go the other way with YouTube. You can post your YouTube videos on Substack, make them video content, just don't have them repost to YouTube, but it will also create you the shorts, and shorts are really good on YouTube, but they'll
Would you
come
say,
from Substack.
would you say, sorry, would you say just a link to my YouTube, or would you
No,
actually,
upload the videos so it's original content on Substack
right?
that you
I'm not
already
sure.
have on YouTube. It's totally fine.
So I would make an article and then upload a YouTube channel onto that article.
You would make a video post, and you're going to upload the original footage from your video that already lives on YouTube. You're going to make a totally different post about it. And you can have the call to action to be to join your school community
All right.
from
Yeah.
there. And you can create a Pinterest image so you can get traffic back to your Substack. That it's a way to repurpose content you've already created, and it will make you the images, and it'll make you the shorts, and it'll make you all the syndication pieces that you need from content you've already got.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I can see that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
you are so welcome. How about you, Kelly? What are you gonna try? You muted, hon?
Um, I'm gonna try that video thing again, um, and see if I can get it to work. And like I said, I'll make sure I negate all my possible hurdles. But I did have a question
Mhm.
um about what was it called? The big letter thing. What's it called?
Drop cap.
The drop cap. And now I have a horse and buggy coming. I live in the country and there's a bunch of Amish people that live by me. So
Oh,
uh,
fun.
hold on a second. Um, when I go to your post or your Substack, you were
Mhm.
showing your Substack when you were on your laptop, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So when I look at it on my tablet, it doesn't look like that. It just looks like a blog site. Did you
Mhm.
know that? So it just looks like a bunch of articles in a row. It does not look like that thing you have with all the columns. Like,
Yeah, because it's different on the apps than it is on the
yeah.
desktop, for
So the
sure.
only
And there
way
are some
people
other
see that,
things.
yeah, the only way they see that is if they're on their desktop.
Mhm.
Um, are you, because I was looking at it to try to see if your big letter, drop cap, is
Drop
that what it
cap.
was? Drop cap. If if it showed up. So you haven't started using that yet, or you did use it on a couple things, or no?
I just did it like a couple minutes
Okay, okay.
ago. I just
I was just
turned it
trying to
on.
see if it showed up different, because I'm on my tablet a lot with that,
Mhm.
Um, but I just was, interesting how it looked. And
It
I
is
don't know if I wanted
really
to go through all that
interesting.
work to set it all up like that, if it's not going to look like that, because most people I think are looking on their phone or something. Not a lot of people are on their laptops.
It all depends on who
On
your
who you are,
audience
who I
is.
suppose who the reader is. Yeah.
And I know that you can add to your menu bar, but that also does not translate to the app. So on the desktop, I can have lots of different links to lots of different places, but on the app, they can go to the about page, they can go to the notes, they can go to the sections, and that's it. Um, which is why going live is important and having videos is important because those show up in a different space for other ways for people to find you on those spaces. Make
So
sense?
I'm just learning about all this stuff. So and like
Yeah.
my intention is to get posting my notes again next week because I'll have all my school set up like I want it, and I'm working on my classroom in there right now. So, but it's going, it's getting there. I yeah. But anyway, I did get
One step at
accomplished
a
today what I
time.
needed to do before 4 o'clock. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying to navigate. I what was what's the other girl's name? She was talking about like a system of how to get everything to do its thing. You know what I mean? Like how I
Tracy.
Schedule.
yeah, so like trying to think about like what I need to do every day to make this all work. I'm making a list because I get lost and I forget.
Making it smarter,
Yeah.
working smarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know where you're coming from because
Cool.
there's so much that you've got to take in, so much. And
Yeah.
it's when you get there, it gets more clearer, isn't
I
it?
really encourage everybody to go through the challenge, which is the premium membership option for people, because it'll
Mhm.
help you get all of the foundational things put together. And so it'll make all the rest of the syndication part make more sense for you. It,
Yeah.
it it's really Substack, if you don't set the foundation right, you're always going to be trying to play catch up and trying different
Yeah.
parts of it, but none of the parts all really work together for you. And it's going to look different for everybody, what their pattern or system is going to be for syndicating out their content. But once you get the basis established and you get your Substack set up the right way from the beginning, then you're going to find that all of these other pieces become easier to do and it's easy to incorporate. You'll know which templates you need because you put them in every single post. And so posting becomes a 5-minute endeavor instead of a 3-hour marathon. And then sharing your content in other spaces becomes, every day I spend 15, 20 minutes syndicating or marketing my content out there. And I know that there's a call to action and it's, I know what I'm doing with each day and each step of the way. That all of that starts with laying a good foundation for your Substack and knowing what you want your readers to do next. Make sense?
Yeah. And I'm only about halfway through that thing, I think. I kind of dropped the ball on it because I got sidetracked. But
It's super easy to do because you get in there and it's like, oh, but squirrel, and then you're off with the playing with the squirrels because
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
How often do you think I need to do a post as opposed to the notes? I've scheduled a couple of notes per day,
Mhm.
um, and then I do sometimes go on and put an extra note in the day. And but posts, I probably only put about one a week in. Is that about right?
That sounds about right to me. It's just a matter of recycling some of your older content in the form of notes, highlight them and then share them as a note. And that gets people back into your content or restack a note or a post in the content or do some video posts and get some shorts and use the shorts as notes. Um, the notes is about visibility and interacting with the larger platform. And then you have followers over there. And some of your followers will also be subscribers, but you'll always have more followers than subscribers.
Yeah, got quite a few followers.
And inviting people into your community for a closer conversation is totally reasonable and doing some chats,
And should I
because
be Yeah, sorry to
threads.
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. Should I be going on the search a lot so that I can find people who might be interested in what I'm doing? I found that maybe that might be where I need to spend some time. Is that
You
right?
can, I would, for me personally, I find that, I subscribe to a variety of people on Substack. I have lots of interests and lots of ideas about how things should be. And I I like that aspect of Substack. It's not like you have to just stay in your lane. With your publication, you need to stay in your lane. But when you're over there on the social side, explore, meet new people, invite them to do things with you. Open the conversation up. You know, you can tell them about what you're doing, but have them tell you about what they're doing too.
So
Um,
should I be using chat a bit more?
You can use chat if you want. You can invite people, like I said, come over to my school community and have a deeper conversation. That could be all of your post call to actions. But it's a matter of engaging with other people as well as just showing up there. Don't be afraid to restack other people's stuff, even if it's not related to crochet. You know, if something touches you, comment on it and restack it with a note because it might impact somebody else.
Mhm.
It's not all about marketing all the time. It's about living your life out loud and sharing it with others.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you guys for joining me today. And if we have no other questions, I'm going to wrap this up. Y'all good?
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Thank you,
You are so
Carol.
welcome. Thank you guys for
Hello.
Bye.
joining me today. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.